officially on sale. So you want to be the first kids in your neighborhood to have them, right? Well, go get them.
This is Eli Perlman Storch for Philly Soccer Page. We were just wandering around Dave & Buster's looking for fans, ready to talk about the Union season, and I found something even better. My co-host for the KYW Philly Soccer Show podcast, Greg Orlandini. How's it going, Greg?
It's going well. Looking forward to tonight, seeing the jersey, starting to get this season going.
So, met with a few of the players. Everyone seems excited, raring and go. People who don't listen to the podcast don't necessarily know what we do. Let's just go straight for it. Union, are they a playoff team?
I think they are. I think they've fixed the biggest problem, which was the midfield. I think if you fix that, a lot of things will come together offensively going forward. And they have depth on defense, which they didn't have, a month ago, with bringing in Austin Berry. Richie Marquez looks like he's going to be a keeper. We have Fabinho on the left. Looks like Ray may have to get the call on Saturday because Shannon's carrying a knock right now. So Ray Gaddis looks like he'll be on the right. But, I think they're a playoff team.
So scoring goals is going to be a big issue. Jack McInerney struggled at the end of the year. He's going to be the guy. Connor Casey hasn't featured much due to small injuries in the preseason. So how many goals does Jack McInerney score this year?
I think it's in the double digits. I think if everything goes as everybody hopes, I think we're looking at about 15. I think that's possible for him. I think he has the skill, he has the talent to do that. Just things have to go right. I mean, in the midfield, I think the midfield is fixed. I think it's going to be a very good midfield. He's going to get the service he needs. He was talking about getting the through balls and things like that. I think we're going to see that this season. So I think if the guys behind him are clicking, we could see 15.
So how long after this jersey unveil before your credit card comes flying out of your wallet?
I gotta get a look at it. I'm always a cautious buyer when it comes to jerseys. It's like an investment, So we'll see. I'll get a good look at it. I could walk out with one tonight. You don't know.
Everything I'm hearing from the players is that it's a nice looking jersey, and the gold letters and numbers are pretty classy.
Well, the players definitely have a lot more style than I do, so they're probably a better judge than I am.
Well, tune into the KYW Philly Soccer Show. You can find it on iTunes or through PSP. All right, I'm here with the guardian of Lot A, Brian Wagner. Brian, talk about the crowd. How's the mood tonight?
It's a lot more than I thought it was going to be. Judging from the traffic outside, I didn't expect there to be any line or anything like that. As soon as we walk in, there's just see people lined up to the back of the building. So it's pretty awesome just to see the crowd actually just growing year by year. It's pretty cool.
So they haven't released the jersey yet. So let's talk about the team. How are you feeling in terms of the signings they've made, the moves they've made, how this team's going to look in 2014?
It's a lot more. There's a lot more excitement about it way ahead of time. Last year going into it, there was a lot of expectation. It really wasn't really lived up to. But with the additions that they brought in this year, guys like Noguera, guys like Adu, it just feels like the midfield's more solidified. The experience is all there. Picking up Austin Berry, I'm thinking is going to be huge because that, in my eyes, that's the last piece that they needed. So walking into the building, at least walking into game one, going against Portland, couldn't ask for a better opportunity because they're a solid team to begin with too. So you kind of see what you got to begin with right away.
So which of these new players are you most excited to watch?
Mo Adu, absolutely. Men's national team, guy who has international experience playing over in England, part of the men's national team again. We saw him play. Saw him come in and train last year at Stoke. He was part of the open training thing, so we actually got a chance to talk to him after that was all said and done. So it's just pretty cool. It's a guy that you're pretty familiar with, who's not only a big name player but a big name performer, hopefully as well.
So let's talk about goal scoring. Jack McInerney talked about needing a little more service. They've got the guys to do it this year. How many goals does he score this year?
I don't see why he doesn't hit 20. You saw the streak that he started off with last year. He came back down to earth a little bit in the middle of the year, but there's no reason why he can't get back off to that amazing start that he had last year and just keep that rolling all year long. Like I said, we got the service. We have the guys out on the wing. We have the guys in the midfield. Everything's there. All the pieces are there. You just got to put the ball in the back of the net.
So is this a playoff team?
Absolutely. I have no doubt in my eyes that this is a playoff team. Even though the East, everybody is better in the East. So, like I said, you're going to see with Portland right away what you have, what you can potentially have all throughout the year. I don't see why they don't make the playoffs, though.
Well, there you have it. We can all pack up and go home now.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm here with Eric Jensen, taking a little break from the action to enjoy a nice beverage. So, tell us about your thoughts on this year going into the season. Where's your mood? How you feeling?
Right now, feeling pretty good. Feel like they addressed the biggest need, which was obviously the midfield last year. Couldn't keep possession last year. It was one of the biggest problems. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they gel together. Most interested to kind of see how Hack's going to use everybody. I know that's the biggest question.
So, of all the players they picked up in the offseason, who are you most looking forward to watching?
Right now, I would say Nogueira. He looked, from what I've seen in the preseason, really creative. I think he's really going to help our midfield out a lot.
So you're looking at, if the preseason is any real sign, Jack McInerney up front with either Latu or Cruz on the right and Chaco Maidana out on the left. Do you think in that setup Jack is going to score enough goals to keep the team afloat?
I hope so. I don't want him to slip into what I refer to as pouty Jack, as I see a lot last year. If he can stay on his form like he was in the beginning of last year, I think it'll be great. I'm kind of worried how we have that break again right in the middle of this year for the World Cup. I guess we don't have a game for, it was like 3 weeks or something like that. So I'm concerned that he's going to start off hot and then kind of slump after that.
So they have addressed the back. They have addressed the midfield. You're feeling pretty good. So in the end, is this a playoff team?
I think it's tough. I don't know if we've jumped above the people that are in front of us, like the New Yorks and the Toronto. I mean, Toronto's got to be considered up there as a playoff team now. If they're not, I guess, giant disappointment for them. I'm going to say, yeah, I hope so. I think they could even sneak it on the 4th or 5th right there.
Fair enough. Well, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. All right, we're here with Joe Benzon. We'll jump right into it. Are the Union a playoff team?
We'll see. Obviously with the structure that we have now that was redone, it's literally a 50-50 shot. Half the teams get in our conference, and I think so. I mean, just based on law of averages, I can't see them missing it again. The talent's definitely there for them to be somewhere in the middle, I would think. Somewhere in. They're not going to be the top 1 or 2, and they're not going to be, the DC United of this year. They're probably somewhere in that 3 to 7 window. So it's kind of depends on how much they show up. But I think this year is one that they get in probably like 4th or 5th.
So for the amount of turnover that they've had, how long do you expect the team to take to gel, and how long is it going to take for you before you're really yelling at them?
Yeah, I mean that exactly the point, is whether they make the playoff or not. The playoffs or not. What they do in March or April, if they chalk up a bunch of losses or a bunch of ties at home, that could come back to haunt us. In October. So we'll see. Obviously, my hopes are quickly. I do have faith in the system. I have faith in the management. I have faith in the coach, and I like a lot of the players on the team. But I mean, you see it in all sports, and especially in soccer. Like that thing, that doesn't necessarily matter. You could take the 11 best players in the world, and if the chemistry isn't there, like it's not going to translate into 3 points every week. So I'll give it a little bit of time. Obviously, there's a learning curve for sure. I would like to see it in order. Late April is like kind of the buffer that I give them. Maybe 6, 7, 8, 9 games, something like that.
Fair enough. So throw away Jack McInerney, throw away Connor Casey.
Can't do that.
You struggled to get goals out of your midfield and from other places. So
yeah.
Who is the next person to step up? What other player on this roster is going to be right up there supporting, not just with assists, not just with good play, but with goals?
That's a great question. That remains to be seen. I definitely am putting a lot of stock in Jack Mac again, and as talented as he is, and he's paid to put the ball in the back of the net. Like, you don't want to put too much weight on his shoulders, but I mean, my early ideas coming into the season are similar to how it worked out the first half of last season, is where Jack Mac kind of scores a lot of the goals, and and Casey kind of backs him up. Other than that, I don't know. I have a lot of confidence in Brian Carroll, not necessarily to put them in the back of the net, but to just set them up both during play and on free kicks and set pieces. So I think with the new players around him and the experience that he brings to the team and the fact that he's been around, I think he'll be a pretty big piece of the team's success, not necessarily in putting the ball in the back of the net, but doing the things that leads to getting the ball in the back of the net.
Fair enough. Well, thank you very much. All right, we're here with Bronwyn. So how you doing? How you making the rounds so far?
I'm doing really great. I'm excited to get some of the original players' signatures and autographs, and I'm going to raffle off the shirt. I do an End Polio Now campaign with about 300 Rotarians and friends every year. This will be our 4th year. And so I'm excited to get autographs on things that we'll raffle off to raise some money for End Polio Now as part of Rotarian efforts around the world to do so.
Great. So talk about the crowd. How you feeling about the season, about all the buzz around this team?
Love it, love it, love it. Looking forward to meeting with Edu or Mo. And just great to see Latu again out here and some of the other players like Connor Casey, Huppano, Jack Mack. I'm just excited. I'm excited that soccer season is about to start.
We'll go get after it.
All right. Thanks very much.
All right, we're here with Gavin, who's been making the rounds. Who have you gotten to meet so far?
Everybody.
The whole team? You're all done?
All done. All done.
So you're ready for the season starting next weekend? You got all your gear?
Definitely, yeah.
All right, well, that was short and sweet. Have fun. 3. All right, we're here with Kobe. He's got, did you get everybody?
Yeah, basically. Good day's work, I think.
So how early did you start? How long have you been at this?
Probably like an hour, maybe, I'd say. Yeah, we came in pretty early, and we're ready for a season.
So is this something that gets worn, or does this go in a case somewhere?
Oh, this is definitely being worn. I got to show it off. I worked hard for this.
Well, that's the spirit. We'll see you out at PPL Park next week.
All right, great. Thank you.
All right, we're here with Bill Gussler. He's got some good stuff. Tell us about what you're working on.
Basically, this is a painting of Ray Gaddis. He actually just signed it. What we're going to do is we're actually going to put this in for the Sons of Ben Stash Bash fundraiser at the home opener next Saturday. So if you guys are coming out to the match, make sure you stop by the Sons of Ben tailgate, buy some raffle tickets, and you can win a lot of great stuff to help a lot of great causes.
Look for that stuff. All right, I'm here with Madison. She's aggressively making the rounds. Who do you have so far?
I have Sebastian Latu. Oh, sure. Absolutely. And I think I have Ray Gaddis. I'm not sure, but I can't really read cursive.
Well, keep getting them, and we'll sort it out later, okay?